Hi, I finished another arc and this is published on the 25th of April. I'm reading arcs while I'm waiting for stuff to come from the library, so I have to read something. Anyway, this arc comes out on the 25th of April and it's a debut novel and it's called Whale Fall by Elizabeth O'Connor. Now, this is like a beautiful, emotive piece of writing that transports you to, you're taken to a place that almost feels out of time. And it's based upon the history of remote islands around the coast of the UK. This fictional island is located off the Welsh mainland and is the home to a very small community who survive by fishing and farming. Our main character is 18-year-old Manod, and she lives with her father and her younger sister. But she dreams of a life on the mainland. She dreams of having an education and a better life than the one she's destined to have. To remain, the life that is destined is that she remains on the island and becomes a fisherman's wife or a farmer's wife. But she dreams of something better. The novel is set in the run-up to World War II, it's sort of 1938, 1939. And two anthropologists arrive from the mainland, Edward and Joan, and they come to the island to record the islanders' lives and the culture. And because Manod can speak Welsh and English, they hire her as their translator. It's almost a coming of age as we follow Manod during the time that this pair are there. Because you see her becoming seduced by them, seduced by the talk of the mainland. And it sparks in her a dream that maybe when they return she can go with them. As she collects the stories. Her job is she goes with Edward and Joan and they collect stories from the villagers, from the islanders rather. But as you're reading, you can see that Joan and Edward are manipulating. The stories that they are telling aren't quite the stories that are being told. The pictures that they are creating of life on the island isn't. It's almost as though it's not true. There's a scene in there where they've got one of the fishermen standing in the waters as though he's fishing with his hands, which is something that would never happen, because as Manod tells them, they don't swim. Nobody on the island really knows how to swim. So by putting this fisherman in the water for their pictures, they're actually putting him in danger. They're manipulating a situation. And you could get the idea that they're manipulating, exploiting Manod as well. Whale Fall. At the beginning of the novel, a whale is beached. And through the story, you have this whale there as a presence throughout the story. This body of this whale. And the novel is called Whale Fall. And significance of this? Well, I wonder whether when a whale fall is a term, let me get this right. It's when a carcass creates an ecosystem and sustenance because the organisms scavenge on it. So the organisms scavenge on the whale and create a whole new ecosystem. And I wonder whether, because these islands are dying communities, whether Joan and Edward are scavenging on the islanders, whether they're picking apart the islanders the same way that the organisms pick apart their whale. It's just, I don't know. It's what it feels like. And you do feel sad for Manod and the islanders. But the stories that are told to Edward and Joan, and some of the folklore is just wonderful. And the descriptions, the writing is gorgeous. It's a very, very impressive first novel. And it comes out on the 25th of this month. Whalefall by Elizabeth O'Connor. So happy reading. Take care.